In today's lesson, I'm going to be sharing the shocking truth behind what makes a rap good or bad. My name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 10 years. Now, the first determining factor if a rap is good or bad is based on its symmetry. Symmetry just means balanced in proportions or similarity. For an example, rappers are musicians because our lyrics are not just words, they're also music. And the thing that makes music pleasing to our ears is patterns, which is symmetry. Every single syllable that you rap equates to a rhythmic music note, such as an 8th note, 16th, or a 32nd note, just to name a few. And the combination of these different rhythmic music notes is what creates your cadences, which is a musical pattern. And just like how there's musical patterns within every single instrumental, you as a rapper are also another instrument within that instrumental. And in rap, there's 3 main types of patterns that you're going to be creating, and the more symmetrical they are, the more pleasing they will typically sound to the listener. In other words, you want these patterns to repeat within the same place across your bars for as long as you use them. The first pattern is a rhyme pattern, also known as rhyme schemes. And this pattern is simply created when you place the rhyme within the same part from one bar to the next. So if you place a rhyme on the 4th beat of, let's say, bar 1, you also will place a rhyme on the 4th beat of bar 2. And so you'll rhyme relatively in the same spot for as long as you keep your rhyme pattern going.
I admit it, another hoe got me finished, broke my heart, oh no you didn't.
The second pattern is cadence patterns. You'll also typically have a cadence pattern of where you begin and end each bar, which creates a groove pattern. Or you may use clusters of the same rhythmic music notes from bar to bar.
I admit it, another hoe got me finished, broke my heart, oh no you didn't.
And the third pattern that you'll create is a delivery pattern. This is where you create a pattern from the tonal changes in your voice. For an example, the most common delivery pattern that rappers will use is we'll just go up in tone a little bit on our rhymes to add a little bit more emphasis to them. This also means that we often stack these 3 patterns on top of each other at the same time. And this is something I like to refer to as anchor points. And if you want to see a demonstration of all these patterns in use, check out this video tutorial I did on Juice WRLD's song, All Girls Are the Same, link in the video's description below. Now, the second factor that will determine if a rap is good or not comes down to dynamics. Once you got your patterns going, if you keep those patterns exactly the same throughout the entirety of your verse, while your verse will have symmetry, it will not have dynamics, so it'll sound flat. Dynamics just simply means change. It keeps things interesting, evolving, and just less predictable. It's not a rule, but if you change your cadences, your rhyme schemes, and your delivery patterns every 4 bars, your raps will have a nice dynamic and it will hold the attention of the listener longer. And do you remember how I just said as a rapper, you're like another instrument within the instrumental? Well, when you get a chance, play a song or an instrumental and count 4-bar chunks at a time. And most likely, every single 4 bars you count, something is going to change. Either something's going to be added, something's going to be taken away, something is going to happen to keep things moving. And that's dynamics. So as the instrumental is taking these steps and evolving, you also want your raps to be taking its own steps and evolving as well. And if you want to dig a little bit deeper into this, check out this video I did called the 4-bar theory. Link in the video's description below. Now, once you have the symmetry and the dynamics of your rap verse dialed in, most people will call that a very good rap verse. And if you're looking at it strictly from like a musical perspective, I would agree as well. But while rappers are musicians, we're not only musicians, we're also lyricists. And I like to think of rap as like an acronym, RAP, rhythm and poetry. So the third factor that determines whether your raps are good or not comes down to your intentions and your methods. Let's first discuss intentions. Every rap that you write will likely not have the same intentions. For an example, if you're writing a diss track against a lyrical foe of yours, one of your main intentions is going to be to embarrass your opponent. So your top priority is likely going to be to execute as many punchlines as possible. Now, let's talk about methods. Your methods are your techniques that you're using to execute your intentions. So if your intention is to write a diss track and to execute a lot of punchlines, but you end up rapping really fast and you use tons of really dense rhyme schemes, then your punchlines will likely not hit as hard. because it's going to be difficult for most of your listeners to catch all that well thought out wordplay when you're rapping so fast, resulting in your punchlines not hitting as hard. So in this situation, if you wanted to show off your speed rapping skills and your rhyme skills, you're going to need to let the punchlines take top priority and then fit the faster rhyming and dense rhyme schemes around that. And here's a few more examples. Let's say your intention is to make the listener cry. Then neither punchlines or rapping fast will probably be good techniques to use, because neither of those will match that emotion. And you'll likely need to get the listener invested into the subject or person that you're going to be talking about before you deliver the tragic news, and that way by the time you deliver it, it'll have impact and it means something. And that'll likely evoke much more of a stronger emotional impact with the listener when they have context with the subject that you're talking about, thus making them more likely to cry. Or let's say that your intention is to show off your rap skills. Well, by all means, bring out those punchlines, get your fast rapping on if you want to, and get crazy with your rhyme schemes. That all would make sense with that intention. So in addition to your raps having symmetry and dynamics, make sure there's a clear intention behind the purpose of your raps, and then make sure that the techniques you're using isn't getting in the way of it. And that is my definition of a good rap. And to simplify it even more, a good rap should make the listener feel something. It should evoke some type of emotion from the listener. Again, my name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com. And before you go, if you're trying to perfect your rap skills, make sure that you get my free Rap Essentials bundle, which includes the #1 fundamental to rapping, bar sheets to help you improve the structuring of your lyrics, 6 practice instrumentals, which include dedicated video tutorials, the CMS catalog, which has my favorite studio gear recommendations. Plus, I'll be sharing via email the most essential video tutorials I've made that I recommend every aspiring rapper to watch. These lessons are going to teach you all the core techniques that you need to be a better rapper now. And all of this is 100% free when you join my mailing list via the link in the video description below. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace.
Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it, kill it.